Yeah. Hi, I'm Mary Beth McAndrews from Dread Central. So nice to meet the both of you.
Hello.
Hey, Mary.
Hello. Congratulations on Rosario. So excited for the world to see it. But my very first question, very basic for Felipe, what about this film with the script by Alan Cheza drew you to it, especially to direct your first feature?
Alan Treza is an incredible writer, legendary horror comedy writer. We Summoned the Darkness, Burying Your Ex. So I read the script and
Yeah.
it was kismet, it was fate, it was everything I wanted to do in movies and more. It had the body horror that I'd done in all my shorts. It was about a multi-generational family like the one I grew up in. It was a Latino story, the
Oh
community and
yeah.
the culture that I knew so well. And on top of all that, it had this depth, this just real like power to this kind of like it had heart and soul to it. And on top of even that, they wanted to film it in Colombia, where I was born, where I came from.
Oh,
It's a New York
cool.
story. We shot in New York as well, but a good chunk of it was done in South America. So all those
Whoa. Oh, that's
pieces came,
awesome. That's
and they
so
just
cool.
yeah, it was really special. Shooting in Colombia, I'm able to put my parents in as extras, and it's just a little more familial. I was able to raid my grandma's house and grab her items for the set in the movie, so that was awesome.
Wait, that's okay. So did you film in an actual apartment? Was it a set or how did that work? Did you build the apartment building? Was it both? How did that work like just physically in that creating that space? Because it feels so lived in, especially Abuela's apartment.
Abuela's apartment is a set, as well as the
Okay.
hallways and the elevator shaft and the chamber. All of that was built on stage, which allowed us to have a lot more creative control because so much of the movie is based there. We're able to
Yeah.
put the holes in the roof for the overhead, and we're able to control our lights and create that chamber space exactly how we wanted it to be. So that set was almost like a Russian doll. You had all these layers to it, like a cave that you go deeper and deeper into. So we were able to really have creative control in Colombia.
Yeah. Cool. And then Emerald, I'm sorry. What was it like for you taking on this role? Because you really are on screen almost the entire time. You're this badass woman and a character we don't get to see a lot in horror, which I'm so glad we have her character now. But I wanted to hear what it was like for you tackling this and having all of this. I don't know if it felt like pressure on your shoulders to carry a lot of this movie.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's part of the reason why I took on the role. I feel like it was a challenge, and I think you grow from things that scare you, that you are not too comfortable doing. So I that was something I wanted to do. It was my first time doing horror,
Yeah,
and
I was gonna ask about that. I know it's like kind of
yeah.
new territory for you, which is
Yeah,
cool
it
though.
was, and I'm a scaredy cat. I can't watch horror films. I just feel everything's happening to me. I can't sleep at night. It's like 5-year-old Emeraude comes to life when she's watching these horror films. But it was so different filming it to me. I don't know what it was, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so fun. You got to explore with so many different things. They got so many co-stars, men, women, and animals, uh, and some goo here and there. But prosthetics, I'm so glad I wasn't, full on prosthetics, but just some here and there, which were fun. But just, yeah, I mean, like being a Latina lead on a horror film as well, just, adds checks another box. Checks
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it's like 2 in the morning where I am, and I'm like trying my best to like
You are
get the
doing
words out.
amazing.
So yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It was so fun, and then having this incredible creative team around it, and I also got to produce it with along with the team, and that just was really I was really hands-on and working with Felipe, and we were just together as a team, very collaborative. Try it's our passion. We love what we do, and everyone that was on set was equally as excited, and they just poured their heart out onto this movie.
Well, you can feel it because again, like even just like the production design, you can feel
Yeah,
that y'all really
yeah,
were pouring, you're trying to make this feel like real. Not, I mean, yeah, it's a horror movie, we know, but there is like, it's that
yeah,
dedication to making it feel like a space we all are familiar with, like a creepy grandma's house. Like, what does that feel like for you? Like making it both universal but also very specific. And I love that line that y'all walk. with Rosario. And I was curious actually, Felipe, in the script, was Palo Mayombe always in the script and part of the script? Because I feel like it's a topic so I've seen tackled a couple times in horror, but it's always from a white lens. So I was curious what it was like tackling that kind of religious belief that is also talked about in true crime a lot in a very interesting way and incorporating that into Rosario. And I just wanted to hear more about that.
So Palo is a real religion.
Yeah.
It is a really rich, textured culture. It started in Cuba, it came from Africa, it spread across Latin America, Mexico, Colombia, New York actually has a big
Yeah.
community. So it was there in the script. Alan Treza is Colombian American.
Cool.
We really connected over that, and he understood
Cool.
this world. And the reason he chose Palo in particular, of course, it's creepy and exciting and textured, but it's a religion about sacrifice. You have to give something to get something, and everything has a cost. And it's also a
Yeah.
way to connect with ancestors and roots. And that's what Rosario discovers across the film is this grandma's Palo religion was actually her way to connect and to protect her. So it was fascinating. And we did a deep dive. I spoke with paleros. We went to the botanicas
Oh,
New York where they would sell us like some of the trinkets and the objects. And same in Colombia where they even offered to build a real Inganga cauldron, the cauldrons in the movie, with the real
no way.
animal remains and potentially
Whoa.
remains. But we didn't go with that one. We made our own version for sanitary reasons. But it was really rich and it was really cool and it was just an amazing world to dive into. And even though it starts, scary and foreign to Rosario, at the end of the day, the movie's about her understanding and embracing Abuelita's world and religion.
Well, I love that too because I feel like in the movies I've seen it and how I've heard it talked about, it is so like scary and trying to it feels like so grounded in like the sacrifice part of it. So I love that this film is looking at it with a little bit more nuance, slash a lot more nuance than I think it's been represented before in the genre. And I think that's again why it's important to have voices like y'all's making these kinds of films. It's awesome to get this also getting a big release. I saw an ad for it in front of Until Dawn yesterday when I saw Until Dawn. So that
Hey,
was really cool. So congratulations there. And Felipe, just before we wrap up, I wanted to hear what you make short. A lot of your shorts have been body horror, magical realism in the genre. What keeps drawing you to the genre? What about it is so fascinating for you as a filmmaker and as an artist?
I've always been fascinated by these type of stories. Emma and I were talking about this earlier. We grew up with La Llorona and El Cucuy, kind of folks and myths, that would scare you a ton as a kid. And then I would
Yeah.
draw them, I would build them out of clay, and I just loved the bizarre. I was kind of a weird kid, and I would make short films with my family, horror shorts. They're not in the industry at all, but they would let me, kill them off in these movies and flood parents' bathtub with fake blood. And I've always
Oh
been,
my God.
yeah, it's always been an interest of mine, and but also blending that with heart and with magical realism and with real themes. I think that's like the films that I want to make.
Amazing. And then Emrod, are you more interested in horror films now that you've been in one?
Oh yeah, I'm all up on horror films. Like I want to do
Hell yeah.
more. Please, please. I want to scream more. I want to just be full of blood. That's what I
Hell
want.
yeah. Heck yeah. Well, thank you both so much. I really appreciate your time and congratulations on Rosario. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.